Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will see how to run SQL Tuning Advisory and in Oracle database step by step. Firstly, we will create a slow query scenario, then identify the SQL ID, and then we will use that SQL ID in SQL Tuning Advisory to get the recommendation from our SQL Tuning Advisory. This is one of the most important Oracle DBA performance tuning feature and very useful for production troubleshooting and interviews. Let's start with the practical demo. First of all, I am going to log into Oracle database as is DBA. Now we will creating a sample user for testing SQL Tuning Advisory. So for that, I am creating one new user with name tuning. I am granting the permission for connecting an unlimited tablespace resources to the user tuning. Now we begin with the users. My user is connected. Now I am going to create a last table. Sorry, with the script. Now this script create a temporary table employee underscore test with employee ID and employee name, department ID, hire date and salary. So it will create a new employee test table with around 5 lakh rows in it. So it will take time around 1 minute. So we are waiting for that to finish that. Now our table is created. So we are moving next step. We are first of all going to gather the stats of this table by using gather table stats. Now our gather stats is run. So we are going to set timing on and execute a query which is running slow. Now we are executing a SQL query which may perform full table scan and consume more resources. So I am going to copy paste that SQL query. Formatting is after that we will find the SQL ID of this query. That SQL ID is used in our SQL Tuning Advisory to execute for run recommendation. So we will use V $SQL for find the SQL ID of the query from the shared code. This query will take time, so I am going to break this query with Control C. You can see it is already with 1 minute 32 seconds. So I am using, we are now fetching this SQL ID of this query. First of all, we will see its execution plan. I am again executing this query with using count. You can see our table is right now using full table scan. There is no index is using on department ID equal to 50 and salary is greater than 20,000. It will approximately return 3061 rows and it will using byte this, and our cost of that query is 1040. So I am going to keep this execution plan in Notepad. So we will compare it later on after creating one index on it. So let's go for our tracing the SQL queries first and get the SQL ID. I'm going to use count. Okay. We're using SQL view, the SQL text like count function. Sorry, I'm not in sys user, that why I'm getting this error. So I'm going to connect with sys. There is a lot of queries. I'm mentioning employee, that's what test table which we have created. I think we need to run that query again. It is not catching yet. Missing something. I think so. I got this query. Sorry, I am using the wrong table name. I have mentioned their employee text. So this is our query SQL ID. Now I am going to copy paste this SQL ID from here and keeping it in Notepad. Now I am use SQL Tuning Advisory to run by using this SQL ID. So I am going to paste the SQL ID in this. We will use DBMS SQL Tuning package for creating tuning tasks. First of all, we will create tuning tasks, then we will execute. With second step, we will execute that tuning task. This is the name of tuning task, so I am running this. So I am creating and running in one step. Now our SQL Tuning Advisory task is done. You can see it is completed now. Now we will generate a tuning report with recommendation. So let's see. It generally recommend us to create index, gather stats, and accept SQL profiles. Like this kind of recommendation we got from this report. So I'm executing. you will see that we got a recommendation for creating an index here. This is the automatic generated index. After creating this index, our cost will reduce to 19. This is kind of recommendation that SQL Tuning Advisory provided us. This is our previous original execution plan, which we already kept in Notepad. You can compare also. You can see our cost is 1040 CPU. Here also 1040 CPU. You can see the full report from above. This is the SQL ID. This is the SQL text. And this is our recommendation. Create index on our department and salary ID. And our estimate benefit for creating this index is 98.16%. So this will show you all the complete detail about the SQL Tuning Advisory. In this way, we will run the SQL Tuning Advisory and get the suggestion from the Oracle about creating index, gather status, and asset SQL profiles. These kind of things they will give us. After creating this index, it will help us to reduce the cost of CPU cost of this SQL query. So in this way, we can do the things. In this demo, we will learn how to run SQL Tuning Advisory in Oracle database, generate recommendations, and we can also check with create index and improve SQL query performance. If you enjoyed this video, then like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more Oracle DBO practice tutorial. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video.